Thank you so much for joining us today. I am excited because this is one of my very dear parents that I've worked with for years and years, Lisa DiMartino. Her family is amazing. And I have to say that she has encouraged me to grow and to make sure that we are always finding the best strategies, the most awesome techniques, and the things that are going to be best to see people succeed and become independent because that is just the most critical thing. And she would always say, "Hey, I think you should do this, Bethany, or I think you should do that." And I'd say, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea." And then we'd have to go out and research it. So Lisa has an amazing, amazing background. She is the disability rights and public health advocate and currently serves on the New Hampshire Medical Care Advisory Committee at the DHHS. In the past, Lisa has served on numerous committees, boards, including the New Hampshire Government's Commission on Disability and the Brain Injury Association Legislative Group and the New Hampshire Coalition of Caring Committee. She also served as the chair of the Disability Rights Center Board of Directors and was a member of the Board of Directors for the New England Genetics Group. Lisa was a member of the Health, Human Services, and Elderly Affairs Committee and the Long-Term Committee while serving as a New Hampshire state representative for Guilford and Meredith. Lisa was also a legislative liaison and family-to-family coordinator for the Lakes Region Community Services and serves on the Family Support Council. Lisa also worked as the children's librarian at our wonderful Guilford Public Library for many years. She earned her a BA in social science from Rhode Island College and attended social work graduate program at the University of New England. She is also a graduate of the New Hampshire Leadership Series UNH Institute on Disabilities and the Gamaliel National Leadership Program from Norfolk, Virginia. So Lisa and Gary have a 28-year-old son that has mosaic triploidy and also autism, epilepsy, as well as other health issues. He lives at home with Lisa and Gary, and they are his primary caregivers. This is part of the reason why Lisa's joining us today to talk about the Home Possible Project and how we can help. Lisa was born and raised in New York, but she lived in New Hampshire for many, many years, and we are so glad to have her on today. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you for having me and giving us this opportunity to speak about the Home Possible Project. And Bethany, I have always said this, you are the reason why John Michael's doing so well. I'm not going to get all.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've done an amazing job with my son. I'm going to get emotional here.
We'll both cry.
And, as you know, your dreams and hopes for your child, and you heard me through meetings and transitional meetings, you want your child to thrive, move out on their own, have a life that's filled with joy and happiness and friends. And as John Michael aged, we've been concerned about, well, what happens to John Michael if we are no longer here?
Yeah.
As you know, I've had some health scares. I've had 2 strokes, a deep vein thrombosis, and a carotid artery dissection. So it's upfront to me is what will happen to my son. And it's not just John Michael. This isn't just about John Michael. This is about the developmental disability community as a whole, that our system has not been thinking about this or preparing or having conversations with families like we did when John Michael was 16 and 17, right? With his IEP, right. Had a transition, meetings about what is it going to look like when he graduates school, when he turns 21. We need something like that, but no one's having the conversation. And we were given 2 options that just, as you know, John Michael, foster care, or with his type of needs, he could be placed out of state. And as a family, as a parent, the thought of your child being placed somewhere out of state and not close to you was really hard. And John Michael, we know for him, and we've heard wonderful stories that the supportive housing can be a great model. But with John Michael's needs, we really, it would not work because he could move from place to place. And you know how John Michael is with change, right?
Yeah, makes it really challenging.
we did a lot of research, and we need to do something, and we heard about Visions up in Lebanon, and it's a nonprofit, and they've been in business, I want to say, over 10 years, and it's family driven, and they're on to their third supportive housing. So we're following their model. The New Hampshire Housing Authority gave them a $30,000 grant to put together a toolkit for other families that may want to replicate this model. And that's pretty much what we're doing. Over a year ago, we got together and we said we set up our nonprofit. We worked really hard to move this dream forward. It's a big challenge. You know, to build apartments. They are apartments, and a place like this definitely costs money, and finding the money and finding the grants, and it's a huge challenge, a
Huge.
huge challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we're bringing awareness to this crisis, because it's a crisis that has really gone under the radar. No one is talking about, and this isn't just New Hampshire. This is a national crisis.
Yes.
And our system, we closed the institutions in many states, and that includes New Hampshire, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Mhm.
But we haven't really had the conversation to move forward. Okay, what's next? And John Michael's part of this population of individuals who've never stepped foot in an institution, who've lived at home, whose parents have worked really hard around person-centered training and lifestyle and jobs and part of our community. And we want that for our child. So, and for everyone. Developmental disabilities, intellectual disabilities, cognitive disabilities, to have a life that's full, meaningful, jobs, to live with their friends, to have a full life. What 28-year-old, 29-year-old wants to sit home with mom and dad?
Yeah.
They don't.
Regardless of their ability level. Right.
Exactly. And we family members have been in the trenches, as you know, making sure they receive the services in school. You do all this work with the schools and with the right? And making sure individuals will thrive and be the best that they can be. And they do fall off a cliff after 21.
Yeah.
And it's regardless if it's housing, if it's a social, just having friends, because everyone moves away and goes away to college and builds different lives. So we're very excited about this. It's a lot of work, but it's near and dear to our heart. And like I've said many times, this isn't just about John Michael. Our dream is that this nonprofit will build the first one, and it will be such a success that we can build more throughout the Lakes region. And we're very excited because we did receive 6 acres from the United Methodist Church of Guilford, a donation.
And that was recently, right, Lisa?
Just recently. I mean, we've been in the works with this, working on this for a few months, but it's official now. So it's very exciting. It really helps us propel and move forward, because now when you apply for these different grants, we have land, and it really makes a big difference. And we've been
and it's in Guilford too, which is such an amazing thing, because a lot of the affiliation with this organization is families that are from the local area and everything. So that just makes such a huge difference, because taking people out and plucking them into the other communities where they don't have the connections and where they don't have the peer groups, especially those that don't have transportation options, that can be life-changing and not in a positive way.
And we're excited because not only, the land is near the church, but there's a community, the Wesley community of, I believe it's 55 and older. And they want our children there. So they're not off in the woods somewhere. They're part of a community and very close to the Guilford Village and Laconia. Transportation is always an issue for this
Oh,
population.
yeah.
No question about it. And that's a whole other thing we have to work on.
Right. Yep.
But very, very excited. And yeah, it's daunting at times, and at the same time, it's near and dear to our heart, and we roll up our sleeves, and we keep plugging at it day in and day. We have to fundraise. I mean, the bottom line is we're going to start a capital campaign soon, and we do have to fundraise and find the money with the grants and the different, like under rocks, trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to fund this.
And if you want to donate to the Home Possible Project, we will put the link below so that you can see how to help them and how to propel this wonderful program to a further state so that we can see people become more independent and in their communities and connected to the people that they care about and everything else. So what are the next big projects that you guys have coming up, Lisa? What do you have to get done in the next year or so?
Well, bottom line right now is raising money. We
Yeah.
do need to raise money to propel, to move forward, because we have to build it, right?
Yeah.
So that is our next big project, is trying to figure out this maze of funding. And we believe, and I can't make a huge announcement right now, but we believe we may have some help with that whole um, piece. We had a meeting with Lakes Region community developers, and they want to work with us on our project, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
They're going to help us find the money and the different grants. So we're really excited about this partnership, and we know with Lakes Region community developers behind us and working on this, that we will get this done, and it's been great. It's been wonderful. Yeah.
That's an amazing connection.
Yeah, really is. It really is. So, it kind of takes a weight off of us, because we've looked at consultants and some different, takes a weight off us. So now we can focus on the capital campaign and some different things that we need to work on. So,
Awesome. That's
and
fantastic.
tell you a little bit about the Home Possible Project and the apartments. Each individual, it's going to be 10 to 11 apartments, will have their own apartment. So there will be a common room, like a big kitchen with a dining room and a living room, so they can hang out with their friends or, eat together if they choose. But if they want to stay in their apartment for dinner, they're going to have a kitchenette so they can eat by themselves or have one friend over. It is all about person-centered living.
And
And
choice.
nobody is going to dictate to them that you have to do this, eat at this time. Everyone's going to have their own programs for during the day, so they'll continue, of course, having their jobs. Weekends will be busy. They'll have activities. So it's really, really about independence. And a lot of individuals like John Michael will need supports. No question about it. John Michael will always need 24/7 support to thrive, right? And there will be some individuals who live at the Home Possible Project that may not need those same kind of supports, right? So we're hoping that it'll be a nice balance of individuals who may need more support and individuals who don't, and there will be a development of natural supports there too. That's one of our dreams.
Yeah. And that would be great. And, to be able to have that collaboration between, all parties and everything else and be able to. And for me, the big thing is it's about choice. Like if they want to be able to participate, they can. And if they don't have to. Because I feel very strongly about people being able to have autonomy and being able to have some control over their lives, and directly relates back to behavior. If we want the best thing out of people, then we've got to give them some choice.
All about choice. I mean, like I said, we've worked on all these years, with John Michael, having choice and being able to, say, no, I don't want to do this, or no, when he started with you, he didn't want to sit in a math class. It was not something that worked for him. He had an opportunity with you and your program to explore different things that meant a lot to him and that really gave him the confidence to move forward, right? And to be the best he can be. So it's all about person centered. I mean, we all want to live our lives the way we want to live our life. And that includes
Absolutely.
our children.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, Lisa, anything else you want to share with our community?
We just get on our website, take a look at us, learn more about the Home Possible Project. We're also on Facebook, so you can go on Facebook and just type in the Home Possible Project, New Hampshire, and our page will pop up. So like us on Facebook.
All those links below too. Yeah.
Those, well, those to
And for
you.
those of
And
you who don't have Home Possible projects or similar projects, because we have some similar ones in New Hampshire here, if you don't have that, look at it and reach out and everything and find out how you can look at these similar sorts of programs in your own places where you reside, because it is so important for us to make sure that we're elevating the independence and confidence and choice for everyone.
most definitely, there's a group of families that have started this in the Dover area, so it's our place. And there are some families who are starting up in Peterborough and I believe Manchester. So we are meeting with them via Zoom, having conversations and holding their hand, just the way Sylvia and Lori McIntosh helped us, get this together. So it's definitely taken families to push this along and get some results, because it's been hard just waiting and waiting
Yeah.
for it to be done or some answers.
And that's how we've seen changes in our state. Our families have said, we want more. We want more for those we love. We want more, and we're going to ask for change, and we're going to demand change, and we're going to make it happen. And, that is really how we're going to see things evolve. So get involved, figure out how you can, elevate things to another level and everything. So, Lisa, thank you so much for coming. It was so great to see you and everything. And I'm so happy that things are going well. Nothing makes me more excited than when I go to the library or the store and John Michael's somewhere nearby, and I'll look at him and he'll say, "Oh, Bethany."
But Bethany, you're near and dear to our heart. I mean, this is taken the work and all the stuff that we all worked on with John Mike, especially you, the belief that you had in my son, and propelling it forward to the next phase of his life, right? So it's definitely thank
An,
you.
an amazing human being who taught me so much. I adore him. So, so thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you, everyone. And hopefully you'll join us again soon. Check out the Home Possible Project.